Hey everybody, it's Tom and Russell. Welcome to our Friday video. Did you miss me? I'm back. I'll be featured in another video with employee rides. But this week, what are we going to talk about, Russell?
We are going to talk about some of our favorite Nissans and Datsuns throughout the history of the brand. We get asked a lot what our favorite cars are, you know, things like that, what our taste is. So we're going down a strange rabbit hole today that I hope you guys are ready for. And we are going to be giving away something. So stay tuned, watch through. You'll learn how to win yourself a little something, something.
That free stuff.
So I'm going to let Tom start because he did more homework than I did. He's got a lot of blueprints and drawings and statistics over here.
Yes,
about his favorite rides.
My cues.
Yeah.
On why I picked the cars that I picked. So we're talking about our favorite cars of all time, Datsun, Nissan, and you want to alternate?
We can alternate back and
forth.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
All right. So this is in no specific order. This is just going from oldest to newest for me.
Okay.
And these are cars that I picked because they're cars that I would want to own and drive, right? So my first pick is the 1960 Prince SKYLINE Sport. And that is a car, now you probably know this already, but Prince was a car company in Japan that was merged with Nissan. And the Prince SKYLINE obviously evolved into the SKYLINE that we know today. Now this car was designed by Michelotti, who was an Italian car designer. And if you look at the picture, you can see a lot of the Michelotti styling cues on this SKYLINE, which shares a lot of cues with the Maserati 3500 GT, the Ferrari 250 GT, that little bump there on the side, back by the start of the rear fender. They also had that on the Triumph TR6. Okay. So one thing I've learned about Italian car designers is they'll come up with these ideas, they never throw anything away. They'll draw the stuff up, present it. No, I don't like that. Okay, we're going to save that for somebody else then, because we already put all that work into it. So that's why you see all these similar cues. The front end looks like a Maserati. I mean, this car looks more Italian than Japanese to me. So that's my first pick, the 1960 Prince SKYLINE Sport.
Alrighty. 1968 President. Kind of staying, I mean, similar car to this as far as styling goes. I think the name President kind of sums up what that car was. It was sort of a, you know, larger car, sort of the luxury, you know, things like that. They made limousines out of them. Limousines came with a V6. The non-limousines cars came with a V8. It's kind of strange. Okay. I guess they figured they were going to be putting around. You're
not going to be going fast in a limo, so you want torque, I guess. Yeah,
but the Nissan President's a car I've always liked all the way up through the late 90s. The newer versions of it don't really do a whole lot for me. Yeah, that's mine. That's all I'm going to say about it. I didn't go deep like you did.
When I look at the Presidents, like the older ones, I just think 1960s, 70s Yakuza.
Yeah, I think that is actually a common thing. I've seen a lot of people post Instagram pictures of them at car shows and things like that, and they always are like, there's definitely been a body in the back of this thing. But one of the things I will say about the 68 President, the front end, while not exact, really reminds me of some of the U.S. domestic cars from the same era, like the Impala, where it had the 4 headlights. I mean, similar to like the 510s, the 521 grille and headlight setups. They were all kind of like really similar, and I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah, it seems like, because I was looking at that as well, how Datsun, Nissan in the 50s, strong British influence, because they made Austins, like knockdown kits. And then in the 60s, they went to the Italians and said, hey, help us come up with the designs.
Yeah.
And I think it was the 1970s before Datsun was like, you know what, we got this, we're doing it ourselves. And that's when you get this really cool, quirky, you know, that's obviously a Japanese car look in the 1970s. Anyway, my second pick was the 1966 Prince R380A-I. And that was just a pure race car that was designed and built by the Prince Car Company right before they merged with Nissan. And it was designed as a race car. It was a mid-engine, straight six, 200 horsepower. As you can see in the photo, gorgeous car. Took lots of wins, mid-60s Japanese Grand Prix. And you look at that thing and it looks like a Porsche, or it looks like an Italian car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, I mean, they probably use the same technology for like wind tunnels and stuff, but another gorgeous car.
Yeah. I am going to go next with the R33 JGTC Pennzoil car. Any of you guys who played Gran Turismo back in the day when Gran Turismo first launched, I don't know. The thing is, I don't like yellow and black together. It does nothing for me. But for some reason, the way they did the liveries on this car, yellow up top, black down on the bottom, it just worked. I think they look good. They did an R34 version of it too, but I really like that R33 version. I think full race kitted out Skylines are really, really cool. I think I got so used to seeing them in that form that when I started working here and started seeing them in their OEM form, it was kind of like, it's kind of boring, you know. I think I've gotten rid of that now, but yeah, really love that car.
Cool. Let's see, what have I got next? It gets a bit more mundane after those first two choices. 1964 Datsun Bluebird. I mean, it looks like a car at Toontown or something like that.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a really cute car.
Yeah.
I had the 520 pickup, which is kind of a near identical front end to it. Still looks very Italian. I mean, it looks like an Alfa Romeo Giulia or something like that, like this Alfa sedan. But yeah, I mean, that car and the rest of my choices I picked them based on their aesthetics alone. Like, they just look cool.
Right.
Because some cars you want, you buy a car because of the way it makes you feel.
Right.
And that can be influenced by the way the car looks, the performance, or maybe something prestigious like the President.
Right.
But these cars I picked on their looks. 64 Datsun Bluebird, just your basic 3-box shape, cool car.
Yeah. Based off of looks, this is admittedly, going through looking at some old Nissans, I came across this and absolutely loved it. So I threw it on the list. It was 1976 Cherry F2 Coupe. Nissan built this thing as a race car, did all the things they needed to do to get it eligible to race. Never ran it once. They did a demo with it. Apparently performed very well. But I think anything that is Japanese that looks like a shrunk down AMC Javelin, I am in. As a kid, I loved Mad Max, and I used to play slot cars. My dad had a ton of, old hatchbacks. I don't remember what they were specifically, but every time I see hatchbacks, I'm just like, man, especially older Japanese hatchbacks, they just do it for me. 10% off code this week, guys. Cherry. Simply. Nice. Just cherry.
Yeah.
Need the cherry on top when you're checking out. Will be that coupon code. Save you 10% site-wide. What's your next one?
Let's see what I have next. Any early Nissan Patrol, L60 Patrol. I mean, they're just cool.
Yeah.
They're rugged, tough. You never see them though. I mean, I think I've maybe seen one.
Yeah.
In the flesh.
When I first started here, there were still a lot of parts available that crossed over between the Patrols and the US vehicles. And there were tons of people that were, ordering from us online for Patrols, but I haven't seen that in a really long time, so I don't know.
Where'd they all go?
Yeah, I don't know where they're sourcing the parts from or anything like that. Maybe we'll come across that again someday. What's your next one? You got some good ones.
My next one?
Here.
B210 Fastback.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just 70s Datsun,
Same vibe as the Cherry. Like, it's just a cool car. Anything you can put window louvers on the back of and it looks like it should be there, you're good.
The Fastback body style is my favorite body style of all time. Any Fastback looks cool. Whether it's
I don't have a thing for Mustangs, but
a
the
Mach
old
1,
dude, I love that car.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Let's see what else have I got. Oh, how about a 73 160B European model?
Yeah.
All right.
Now is that you?
That is me.
That is you.
That's me, 1980. That's 1980, 81. I think I was probably 11 or something in that photo, and that was taken in Scotland.
Yeah, that's cool.
But my dad bought that car, and it was nice. Just the dash was curved.
Was it left-hand drive or right-hand drive?
Right-hand drive.
Right-hand drive. Okay.
Yeah. So it was a cool car. Nice.
That's really cool. I got one here that's going to be, a lot of you guys might think it's boring, but it just holds true. S13 Sylvia. especially with the two-tone with the seafoam green. I love it. I always gravitate towards that car. I love the 180SX, but you give me a two-tone S13 any day, and the windows had the like almost brown looking tint to them.
Yeah, kind of smoky.
Yeah, it's cool. The color contrast works. I don't know, just something about it. And then you've got a couple more.
Yeah, I think let's see. Oh, the last two. You know, there's the Figaro and the POW.
Yeah.
I mean, the Figaro 1950s Italian style again. And you can pick those up fairly cheap still. You can get a good one for 10 grand. The POW you can pick up even cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I saw one on Craigslist the other day for 6 grand. I was like, kind of want to get that.
Yeah, it's. I remember the first time I saw a POW, and I could not believe, because what year were those? 89?
89, 90, 91, around there.
I could not believe that that's when that car was manufactured. And I mean, they're super cool. If you've never seen one, if you don't know what we're talking about, check it out here. But obviously, Google it and look into it. Check out the interior and things like that. It's weird. It's a weird thing. My last one is going to be the Nissan SKYLINE Super Silhouette. I kind of went down a rabbit hole on super silhouette racing over in Japan, and it was basically just it has to mimic a manufactured car, but have fun with the rest of it. So they put super wide body kits on them, big spoilers on the front and rear, huge tires. The rear tire was a 350, and the wheel was a 19 by 15.
Wow.
Yeah. So
holy moly,
they were all power, 563 horsepower, I believe is what it was, and those tiny little things. I didn't look up the weight of them, but yeah, super cool car. I think that the silhouette of the Silvia and the SKYLINE are kind of iconic race cars, especially if you're into that Japanese styling like that, where wild body kits and things. Yeah. So you guys are gonna get a chance to win $100 store credit from us. All you gotta do is comment down below. Let us know 1, 2, 3, however many favorite cars you want to name. Anything obscure that's a concept car, hit us up with a link because we want to check it out. And sometimes some of those are kind of hard to find. I posted a link to something or on our story on Instagram, and somebody called me out and was like, "Yeah, it's not the right one." And I never found the right one. I don't know, but if I had a link, it would have been nice to check out. So, yeah,
cool. Well, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, you guys have to
see your comments. We're just gonna talk over each other for a little bit.
Sorry. Have a good weekend.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.